Got it.
There we go. It's
There we
official.
are.
It
Cool.
lets you know too, right? That I'm recording, that I'm not
Yeah.
creeping on you. Yeah. Cool. So yeah, I saw the video and I loved how you just jump right into the idea of I got nothing going on today.
Yeah, it's like fuck it, let's do some mushrooms. Yes, yeah. So it was yeah, that video was absolutely ridiculous to make. Like I've always been a big fan of Hunter S. Thompson, like just a lot of his like short stories and stuff, and obviously like the movie Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas, which is what I basically copied the video from.
Yeah.
Uh, yeah, yeah.
Hey,
So just
tribute.
like, yeah, it spitballed. Like we were trying to come up with ideas over a few Guinness, and it was just like, why don't we take mushrooms and just see where it goes? And then it was, and then it was just sort of progressed into that. But it was a lot of fun to make.
Nice,
So
nice.
yeah,
I love the idea of making videos just on either on a whim or just playing it by ear as you go and just go
yeah,
with one theme and see what happens. Like you said, snowballing.
yeah. Well, yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
the idea was snowball, but it was definitely flushed. Like our good friend Jason Denton, he's a
Mm.
really good videographer. He works a lot with John Oates from Hall and Oates. He's a
Oh, nice.
which is, but I've known this guy for ages, and he's just a really, really good videographer. And I just threw him these small ideas, and he turned them into cool shots. So he's
Ah,
he's the mastermind behind the visual.
oh, that's awesome.
Yeah,
So this is
yeah,
the triumphant return of the Wands.
yeah, man.
It's been a
Yeah,
while, I see. You guys have been
yeah.
gone a little bit.
We've been gone a little bit. Yes, our last record was 2016. And then I did a solo record, which was way different. It was a very like Nick Drake acoustic based.
Hmm.
And then and then I started writing for another one, and then 2020 hit, and I don't have to tell you what else happened there, because everyone knows that was shit.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, yeah, I was writing in between that, and then when 2020 hit, it was just sort of our the guy who was playing drums in the band. He ended up moving back to Pennsylvania, so we had to sort of rebuild the band a bit. So we added
Hmm.
a few new members, and it changed the sound a lot, and I think for the better. But yeah, it's the after I get off here, I'll send you the record. I'm really really proud of it. It's
Oh,
pretty
please
rocking.
do. Yeah,
Yeah,
I'm excited because I went through all your work and I'm like, man, it's just like louder than life. And where are these guys? What's going on? Where are they? Why aren't they touring right now as the
yeah,
world reopens? I
yeah,
think
man.
we're basically back to normal.
Back to normal, man. Back to normal. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, we're hoping to get back on the road again. We've been out to LA a few times. We played the Troubadour a few times,
Nice.
and that
Good
was
spot.
that was an absolute trip to play that place. It's a lot of history there.
Oh yeah, yeah. A lot of history in LA, a lot of like bucket list venues. I went to the Viper Room for the first time sometime last year, like June of last year, I think. And it was such a trip because it's such a small venue, but it's one of those places where like, wow, I like how have I never been here? This is so many legendary things, sad legendary things happened here. But
Yeah, didn't that
it,
close?
you'd think it's still around. I thought I caught the last show
Oh, okay,
ever, and I didn't. They're still going. I don't understand.
okay, cool. Well, that's cool.
Yeah.
Nice, man.
Yeah, good for them.
Uh,
It's not condos like
yeah.
Amoeba Records, I think, is turning into condos now. And
Shut up. Seriously.
yeah, it's already gone. They relocated to like down their street somewhere. But
Okay.
the old building is, I think, gonna be condos. They're gonna build on top of it. And you know.
Ah, yeah. That's the way Nashville's going. I think that's the way the majority of the U.S. is going too, isn't it?
Nashville
Everything.
too.
Yeah, yeah, big time.
I know
It's
there's a mass exodus of Californians.
Man, there's tons of them coming here.
Yeah. Sorry.
Yeah, yeah. No, I don't mind. I don't mind at all.
uh, I do. The
Yeah,
rent's not even getting cheaper. Less people higher rent. I don't understand it.
yeah, man.
Hey,
But
I found this single on your Spotify, and it's not you. I thought it was funny. I went to listen to it. I was like, oh, this is just four other guys.
oh yeah, they're like I think they're from like Thailand or something.
Yeah.
Or
It's like, hey, this isn't bad. But I don't think this is you guys.
yeah, yeah. My dad sent me and he's like, "This isn't you." Yeah, it's I don't know how to get that off for Spotify. I need to hit up Spotify and ask them.
Oh yeah, they're uncompromising. I'm still listed under travel for some reason, and it's really messing with my numbers. And they're like, "Oh
Oh,
yeah,
right.
you can't change your category." And I'm like, "Okay, sure."
But yeah, the so a lot of people ask the name, how you pronounce the band name is the Wans. And so
Mm,
I'm originally from Ireland. I moved to America with my parents in like the late 90s.
mm.
And so a place where I'm from a place called Derry, which is Northern Ireland. And like the slang term that everyone uses is you say, oh, them ones over there, them ones. And it's just like
Oh
slang for just the ones. And
yeah.
it's like a I don't know, like if you go to any pub in my hometown, it's to say, oh, them ones over there, fucking drunk. Blah, blah, blah. So it was honestly like the name is a complete fluke and just like a sort of an inside joke between me and my dad. And it just sort of we just didn't change it.
Nice. That would
So
have been my last guess. I thought it was going to be somebody's name or
no, no, I did, yeah. So yeah, it just stuck. I never changed it.
ah, well, it's great.
Yeah.
Derry, uh, famous for something, right? Is somebody else
Uh,
from
well,
Derry?
yeah, Derry. So the
Oh,
Undertones. Do you know that band?
yes, the
Yeah.
Undertones, Teenage Kicks. That's
Yep.
yeah.
So Michael Bradley was he was my neighbor growing up,
Oh, no
and
kidding.
so every time we go back, he still runs a radio show there. So I remember the first time we went back. This was when I was getting into the Undertones when I was like maybe 20, and he
Mm,
started telling me all their tour stories with the Clash and Joe Strummer and all that. And I was because I'm a massive Clash fan, and
nice.
it was yeah, it's pretty cool.
Oh, that's awesome. You've
Yeah,
been playing your whole life?
since I was 18,
Mm,
I started writing. So yeah, so when we moved to America, we moved here because my dad is also a songwriter, and he was opening a bunch of shows for John Prine, if you know who that is.
yeah,
He's
John Prine.
yeah, recently passed in 2020, but he's sort of like he was a folk artist. Like I, he's up there with Dylan.
Yeah.
But my dad was opening a bunch of shows for him, and they convinced us to move to America to Nashville, and so moved here. And yeah, I've been playing music since I was 18, and my dad is actually my writing partner, and we've been writing songs since I was 18. And
Oh, that's awesome.
it's just really easy because every song starts out with like a dirty joke or like a fart joke, and then it turns into something serious, and then it's like, oh, we got a real song. But that's sort of the way we work, and then I bring it to the band, and then we turn it up and fuzz it out.
So did you plug right into Nashville when you
Yeah,
did that? Yeah. Nashville was
yeah.
the place, huh?
Nashville's the place. Yeah, it's the
Mm,
place to be. It was a different town 25 years ago.
I bet. Yeah. I went 6 years ago and I hear it's so different now.
It is, man. Yeah.
Yeah. It's
Where'd you go when you were here?
East Nashville. A friend of mine lives out there. We just went bar hopping and got obliterated at a couple of places.
As you do. Yeah, that's where I live. I live in the 5 Points area where all the bars
Yeah.
and stuff are.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. It's a fun place. Good
Yeah, man.
pizza.
5 Points
And
pizza.
yeah, it's
Yeah.
right next to the bar that we went to. I think it was like 2 for 1 beers of whatever they had. I couldn't believe it.
Red Door.
And
Yeah. I know the
it
bar.
was a red. It was called Crowbar or Three
Oh, Three
Crows.
Crow.
Three Crow.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. That's
great
right.
spot.
Oh yeah,
Dangerous as
man.
hell.
Yeah. Yeah.
So much fun.
But
I didn't get to
yeah,
catch
man.
any venue or catch any shows out there at the time, but I heard someplace was taken out by a tornado last year or 2 years ago.
Yeah, that was 2020. So that hit our neighborhood, and just like it was
Ah,
like the next morning we got to walk the neighborhood, and that was like it's like a fucking bomb hit it. It was crazy.
jeez.
But yeah, it was this venue called the Basement East. It split it in half.
That's the
But
one. Yeah.
yeah, they renovated it, and now it's like it's back to being a venue. The guy Mike Grimes that owns it, he's like sort of Nashville royalty, and he's great for the local music industry. That's where we play a lot when we're in town.
Oh, it's awesome. I always heard
Yeah.
about it when I would see Bully play. I
Oh
guess
yeah.
yeah, I guess Bully played there a lot or plays there a lot.
Yeah.
Um and whenever they're not out here.
Yeah, we're
Seems like a
actually,
good place.
my girlfriend and I, we're going to see them. They're opening up for the breeders at the basement. I think in like the next few weeks.
Oh, that's so cool.
Yeah, so it should be cool. I'm
Oh
pumped for
yeah.
that.
I saw them years ago, and I was supposed to see them sometime last year in like September. They canceled the show for whatever reason. I was so bummed. But
Yeah,
next time, I'll catch
see,
them again.
they're opening up for the Pixies. You see that?
Yeah, could you imagine?
Fucking awesome. Good for them. I know.
Yeah.
Can you imagine? Yeah.
The Pixies and somebody else. I forgot who was on the bill. It was like, whoa, that is stacked. And then Bully,
Yeah.
like unjustly so small at the bottom of that list. I was like, come on, put him up there a little higher. Bully's a
Yeah.
force to be reckoned with.
Yeah, man.
I was going through your Instagram, and I really like how personal you make it. It's not just all business. Like you're talking about, your life and your thoughts and doom scrolling and things like that.
Oh yeah.
And
Yeah, that was back in, I guess I was posting those back in like 2020 when I was doom scrolling. I've tried to stop that for
I
my
did
own
slight
mental
digging,
sanity.
yeah. Easier said than done, especially
Yeah.
since the invention of TikTok.
Yeah. But yeah,
Yeah.
man, I think this so yeah, because 2020, so in 2018 when I did that, I did a solo record, and it was sort of like a very somber kind of sounding record. And
Mm.
I have yeah, going into like making this record, I wanted to like I wanted to make something that was rocking but like upbeat lyrically and not sad, because
Yeah.
no one needs any more sad music in 2023. But yeah, and I don't know. I think I accomplished it with this. But once I send it to you and you hear it, yeah, it's very positive lyrically, which I like.
I'm excited. Well, I
Yeah,
saw releases July.
yeah,
I figured you
July.
guys were still fine tuning. It's like, oh, I didn't want to bother about
Oh no, no, no.
getting a
Yeah,
copy.
July, and then yeah, we're gonna releasing the single "Magical Touch" that video February 10th. American Songwriter and a few other like UK magazines are gonna premiere, which is cool.
Very
And
cool.
so we're gonna do like a single every I think every other month until July. And yeah, that's I mean we're just we've got some things on the books that are that aren't officially confirmed yet, but it will be really really cool. That I'm
Very
super
cool.
excited for. So I can't exactly say, but it
Yeah,
might be
yeah.
a TV performance. So
Hey.
hey, so we'll see, man.
Well,
Yeah,
definitely stay tuned for that.
yeah.
And don't drop too many secrets.
Uh,
Don't drop too many hints. Somebody's gonna go digging and meet their, ask their uncle executive and hey, what are the Wands doing? Yeah.
yeah. But,
So how have life changes affected your writing style beyond wanting to just write a more uplifting, positive record with more upbeat lyrics and and all that?
uh,
What else changed for you on this one?
well, well, I'm, well, I met a really good woman.
Mm,
So, that was one of, I mean, I met her back in 2016, and yeah, so that helped. And
mm,
then yeah, I think it was maybe like 2018 or 2019. Going back to the magical touch mushrooms thing,
mm.
I started microdosing mushrooms with my tea in the morning, and not to not to push mushrooms, but it really helped with
Mm.
not necessarily with like lyrics, but it just sort of helped my like mentality. And as I
Mm.
don't know if you've ever partaken in
I've never
microdosing.
gotten around to it.
Yeah,
Not opposed. I just never got around to it, and I hear nothing but good things.
it's great, man. Yeah, I
Yeah.
highly recommend it. I mean, I don't do it much anymore, but yeah, I did it there like every day with my coffee for like a year.
Dang. All right.
And it was like and it was, I mean, it was not like you're tripping balls or anything, but it's like it's very,
Yeah.
yeah, you can function. But
I'm sure that took some fine tuning though after before
yeah,
too long.
for sure. But
Yeah.
yeah, and then but I mean, I've just been writing songs for so long that I think I really was able to dial in exactly what I wanted to say and be forward with lyrics.
Mm.
And um yeah, I think it's just it's the writing has just become a lot more focused, and I think I know what I'm doing. I'm not just jotting down words anymore, and
Right.
and that feel and it feels good. I mean, so
Mm.
Not saying every song I write is good, but I enjoy it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's cathartic either way, you know, makes you
Yeah.
feel good.
Yeah.
On that note, how does one stand out in Nashville? I heard the Kills talk about, there was a joke about how many Nashville musicians does it take to change a light bulb?
Uh-huh.
And it's
What
like it's like one to do it and 10 others around to stand around and say, I could do that.
Yeah, I can do that. Yeah.
And
I mean,
every musician I ever heard in Nashville coming out of Nashville is phenomenal, yourself included. How does anybody stand out? Like what is is there a trick? Is there a method?
I mean, I, I don't think so. I mean, I've sort of been in well, I'm sure there is, but I think I've just been around the Nashville music scene for so long that I know everyone in the music scene here, with the exception of the Kills. But we run in the same circles. But yeah, I don't know, man. The music community here is really tight knit. Everyone goes out to everyone's shows. I mean, even if it's like, I don't know if you're familiar with like Margot Price. Do you know that? You know that name?
Yeah.
So I mean, like that's like I sort of run on the same circles as her, and like her music is polar opposite to me, but I really love it and appreciate it. But you know, they'll come out to shows, and I'll go out to their shows.
Margot Price. I think she played out here. I know that
Yeah,
name.
she
Yeah.
probably did. Yeah, she's blowing up too. I think she put out her first record or second record on Third Man on Jack White's label. But I think what I'm trying to say is like it doesn't matter what genre it is. It's just it's everyone goes out to everyone's shows and supports to a certain degree. I mean, there's definitely judgment there for sure. Like I've had to stop myself from judging a few times, but everyone
cross your arms.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. But yeah, man, it's a really good scene. I'm not sure what it's like in LA. I know LA is like a massive place compared to here. Is it like is there much of like a tight knit community there? Or?
There's a lot of tight, like smaller communities throughout. Most of the music, as far as I know, is on the east side. You can find it on the west, but on the east side, Echo Park, Silver Lake, Highland Park, areas like that, where all these venues are, especially the ones that survived COVID.
Yeah,
I think the scene got tighter, and I think community got a lot tighter.
Got it.
Everybody had to make do with, the situation.
Yeah,
and it got even better. I'm in Pomona. I'm about a half hour outside of downtown LA, and this is a very small community that is very tight knit, and people go back and forth between here and LA. But the small venues out here is very tight knit. Everybody's going to everybody's shows. There's a few venues that are kind of free or super cheap that everybody can do it. Some all ages venue just opened up, and it's getting bigger. It's getting better.
Nice.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know. Well, yeah, I've got a few friends out there. There was a band. I'm not sure if you're familiar with them. I think they're in Silver Lake, but a band called Dead Sarah. Do you know that band?
Yeah, yeah.
So we did a few tours with them, and really good people. And then my buddy Robbie, he plays in a band called All in Witches, which are from here, but he lives out in LA with his girlfriend. Are you familiar with them? Sort of like doomy kind of stoner rock.
Yeah, both them and Dead Sarah. I was about to catch, and for some reason I couldn't do it. I think it was last year.
Yeah. All do you say that? They're really, really good. I think they're getting ready to do another record, but we played quite a few shows. They were part of the local scene here, and we played quite a few shows with them before they blew up, and they're fucking huge now. They're big. They're doing well.
Yeah. That's so cool. It's so good to hear that the communities are tight, because you hear about the cutthroat nature of this business, and it's very discouraging. I can't imagine as a musician, it's got to be the worst. I'm on the writing, talking side, and it's it's one thing. It's not even close.
That's great that you're doing that, man. So is this like would this be like your main gig, or you sort of do you?
I got a day job.
Yeah. Cool.
Yeah, I got a day job, and I do this when I can.
Yeah. Awesome.
As much as I can.
Very cool.
Yeah. So it's always great when people want to do it. So thank you again for coming.
Thank you for doing this too. Yeah, we both get content or something out of it.
Yeah, exactly. And more
But
reason to go to Nashville. I got my dad lives outside of Nashville, and he's always
all
like,
right,
come out, come out. And I'm like, yeah, I gotta go eventually.
where at?
And
Do you know where?
Charlotte,
Okay,
out in the sticks, I guess, out in
yeah, like an hour away.
yeah, yeah. And it's beautiful, just open land, and
Nice,
yeah, it
killer,
looks so great.
killer, man.
Yeah.
Um,
Um, yeah.
very cool.
Uh,
Um, yeah, man. Like there's when I there's a few of the singles. So like so Magical Touch is gonna be the first one, and then we got this song called Other Side, and what's it? The next one's called Enough Your Love, and that which is like one of my favorite songs on the record. Once I send it to you, but the
mm,
guy, once you get off here with me, you should look up that guy John Prine that I was telling you about.
yeah, John Prine.
And I had a so before he passed in 2020, so we were going over there for like Easter and stuff, and I got to play him. Like we were all around the kitchen table, and we were sharing songs, and he played us the last song that he wrote before he passed, which was
Wow.
fucking killer. It was this song called "I Remember Everything."
Mm,
But I got to play him this song, and he was very complimentary, and I nearly fell out of my chair when he was just like giving me compliments. It was just like because this guy's like a lyrical monster.
yeah.
Um,
And he dug
but
your
yeah,
sound.
that song, I wish you would have got to hear the recording. But yeah, I got to play it for him when it was in its infancy, and I thought that was a really cool experience that'll stick with me for sure.
Oh, even better. He got the raw version of it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Before I tightened it up a little bit, but yeah,
Ah,
it's
that's
cool.
so cool. Who are
Yeah,
those who are those guys that on your bucket list that would floor you when you meet them?
uh, that I have met or that I would
That
one
are you
day
haven't met yet?
that I haven't met. Uh, I mean, probably Neil Young.
Mm,
Yeah, Neil Young, and maybe yeah, probably Neil Young and Bob Dylan.
yeah.
Like I've met I met so when I was 21, I was working at a friend's and I don't want to incriminate this person, so I won't say their name. But I was working at a family friend's management company, and she was managing this bluegrass artist who was doing a a duo project with
Mm.
a band that rhymes with bed Zeppelin. So so yeah, so now you know who it is. But I was working the front desk, and I was 21. I was just surfing the internet and saying hello to everyone that came in. It was a small little office,
Yeah.
and Robert Plant walked in, and I was just like, "Hey,"
Wow.
what's going on, man?"
Mm.
Didn't really know what to say to him, but he was really nice and just started chatting to me. And he asked if I could go with him to go get coffee, so I drove him to go get coffee. And
Wow.
the next day, I got this call from like a number that I didn't recognize. I picked it up, and I was like, "Hello," and he's the person on the line said, "Hello, is this Simon?" I said, "Yeah." He's like, "This is Robert." And I was like, "Robert who?" He's like, "It's Robert Plant." I was like, "What?" And he's like, "Hey, my son, I want to take him down to see some of the juke joints in Mississippi. He's only 17." He's like, and this is when I was in college, and he's like, "Do you think I can get him a fake ID?" And I was like, I don't know, I'll try. And I reached out to a friend of mine in college, and I was like, "Hey, do you think you can get me a fake ID for this kid?" And he's like, "Man," he's like, "I quit making those like 6 months ago." And I told him, I was like, "It's Robert Plant
uh,
kid," and he's like, "Meet me in 5 minutes." So so that's my Robert Plant story. Hopefully he never
wow.
watches this or hears this, but fuck it.
Statute of limitations. You're fine. You don't even say when it was.
Yeah, it was 30 years ago.
What a cool story.
Yeah, so thought I'd share that.
So I got to ask, how did you feel about the Elvis movie?
Oh, I fucking hated it.
Did you?
I thought it was terrible. I couldn't. Yeah, no, I went with my girlfriend, and she loved it, and I was just like, I don't know. Maybe it was like the guys. Who's the who's the director of that again? He's the guy who did like Moulin. Is it Moulin Rouge and all that?
Oh yeah, I forgot his name. I know you're talking about. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. I think it was. I think it was maybe like the directing style. I'm sorry if you did you like it or did you?
I had mixed feelings about it. I thought it was
Yeah,
very sensational,
yeah,
and I was surprised that it got Lisa Marie's blessing of all
yeah,
the documentaries and things. That being said, I don't know. Tom Hanks is pretty good,
yeah.
and the guy who I will call Aston Martin to this day. Uh,
Austin Butler, yeah,
yeah,
Aston
yeah. I'm always mixing it up. He was really
yeah,
good. I
yeah,
got to give it
yeah,
to him.
yeah. It was. And I will say the music was really good. The guy that produced the music was this guy Dave Cobb, and we recorded our record. He said, she said with him, and so
Mm.
I mean, he's like blown up since that. He's doing like Stapleton and Rival Sons and uh, Jason Isbell.
Wow.
But yeah, there was a bunch of it was. I did think the music was cool. There's a bunch of Nashville cats played on that, so that was cool.
Yeah, it had its moments, right? I
Yeah,
did a
yeah,
yeah.
yeah. I liked when he was Fat Elvis. That was my favorite part.
Yeah, he yeah. I do like Fat Elvis. And not just for there's a punk record called the Fat Elvis, and it follows the Skinny Elvis, and it was the better of the two. So the Fat Elvis is always better.
Have you seen that? Have you seen that thing that's been going around with that guy, Aston Martin?
Mm.
Uh, that's like I guess he can't drop his Elvis voice with all the
Yeah.
interviews he's been doing. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Anyway,
How do you
weird.
feel about that? Have you ever had to hide your accent?
Yeah, I have. Yeah, when we first moved to America, so my name is Simon, and
Mm.
the school that I was going to, when we moved to the South, and the teachers kept calling me Salmon, like the fish, and I was like, what the fuck? And so I I I started going by my middle name Patrick,
Uh,
and I got in trouble at school a few times, and the principal would call my parents. They're like, you need to come pick up your son Patrick, and they're like,
uh,
we don't have a son called Patrick. They're like, what? So I was going by Patrick for like 10 years.
oh
But,
wow.
but yeah, no. Anyway, yes, I do hide my accent every now and then, but
Mm.
yeah.
But you could turn it back on
Oh
or
yeah,
off.
yeah. I'll turn. Yeah, I could turn it on if I have had a few drinks, or if I was if I was talking to an attractive woman in my younger days, I would turn it on. But yeah,
But this is your natural speaking voice anyway, right? Or is that southern drawl taking its toll?
yeah, uh, yeah. It's there a little bit. I mean, it's a bit of a hodgepodge of an Irish accent and a southern accent. I haven't fully lost it, I don't think, but
I don't
yeah.
know. I'm not sure. I hear when you're singing.
Oh yeah, really?
Yeah, a
Okay.
little bit, a little bit.
Yeah,
I didn't think you were Irish, that's for sure.
yeah.
Until just now.
But Nashville is sort of a weird city though. It doesn't really have much of a there. I don't know. There's not much of like a southern accent. It's not like other parts of Tennessee. I mean, obviously there are people here that have southern accents, but
Yeah, I didn't hear too many when I was over there. I heard a
yeah,
few from like locals and people who were visibly local. And
yeah, yeah,
other than that, it's a very metropolitan city
for
that
sure,
everybody just
man.
kind of sounds like Californians almost.
Because they
Um,
are.
yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, this is before the Exodus, to be fair.
Okay, okay.
uh, yeah, everybody's moving out of here. But then people still are moving in to here. I lived in Washington, D.C. for a couple of years, and everybody was trying to get to California. They didn't understand why I moved out there. And I'm like, it's all right. It's cool. You got to see other places, you know. California's neat, but it's expensive. Just don't go out there. Don't raise the
Yeah,
rent.
yeah. I got a friend that just moved to Nashville from LA. He's an
Mm.
engineer, and I think he was working with Rick Rubin there for like 5 years. And he
Oh,
said he went
cool.
into like a few open houses, and it was like he said it was like a shit box, and it was like $1 million. And he's like, "Fuck
Mm.
this, I'm getting out of here."
Yeah, it's getting to that point. Oh, it's gotten
Yeah,
to that point. Yeah, I've been seeing shacks in people's backyards that are going for 1,200, and sometimes they don't have a kitchen, sometimes they don't have a bathroom, one or the
wow.
other. And believe it or not, it's like, how is that even legal? It's not even on Craigslist. This is on Facebook and Zillow. But
Yeah, Oh man, yeah.
So what was the last show you played, and what's the next show you're going to play?
Yeah, so I think my dog's about to go crazy. My girlfriend just pulled up.
Oh, do your
Uh,
thing.
so the last show we played was right before we started recording the record, which was 20 was I think it was the early 2022. So we got a show, got the first show since the record's been done at the basement April 7th.
Mm.
And then yeah, and then we're just sort of going with the flow. Like I said, there's a few things we can't talk about yet, but there might be some cool shows on the horizon, and we're hopefully going to get on some tours. We're just gonna sort of see what happens with the PR and if any opportunities arise. But touring is definitely what I want to happen. I miss it a lot.
Yeah.
So
Awesome.
that's the fun part.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
going on tour and traveling and seeing all these other places. You got to get out here, man.
For sure, man. I definitely will.
Yeah, keep in touch. I know some
meet up for a beer.
Yeah, for sure. I know some venues out here in Pomona that would be happy to host you. So
Killer.
We'll see what we can do.
Awesome. Well, vice versa. Let me know if you're in Nashville. We'll hit up Three Crow, get some 2-for-1s.
Hell yeah. Do they still do that?
Yeah, they do. Yeah. Wow. I don't know. They're still in business.
Yeah, it was crazy. I can't believe that it was anything that they had, and they had some good beer there. So
yeah. Yeah, man. Yeah.
But well, hey man, thank you so much for doing this. It was great to meet you.
Thank you so much, man. Yeah.
So how do we find you? You want to plug some things? Plug your Instagram and all that?
Yeah, so Instagram is at the Wans, WANS, the Wans, and then just we're on Facebook and thewansmusic.com, and yeah, you basically will be able to find everything on our Instagram, and it'll lead you to YouTube and all that. We should have some more music videos coming out, and yeah, excited for the new record. Let's rock.
Out in July, right?
Yeah, out in July 26th. Yeah.
Awesome. Who's your label?
Self-released, man. Yeah,
self-released. Awesome.
Doing everything independently, which is a bit of a pain in the ass, but well worth it.
Good for you though. It's yours.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. All due respect to labels, but
yeah. If you want to sign me, give me $2 million. Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah. Well, cool, man. We'll chat to you soon. All right.
Yeah. Likewise, man. Good to meet you.
All right.
Talk soon.
See you, man. Bye.
Later.